What's up, good people? It's the Truth Is Podcast, and tonight's episode is Dating Over 40. Woo! This is a hot one. We get a lot of emails, a lot of requests. AJ, friend of the show, asked us to talk about this, so we're going to talk about it. And we have several women in the building, and we just want to talk about dating over 40 and the challenges, and let's set it off with AJ. So AJ, how was it dating over 40? What are the challenges?
Where do you start? One of the challenges, I am a 90s, 80s, 90s kind of baby, and back in the days we grew up and you met people. You went out with your friends, and your friend had a friend, and you met somebody, and you exchanged numbers, and you talked on the phone, and things of that nature. But now, child, I don't know where everybody is. I don't know if everybody is home. I don't know if they not doing the day parties or the afternoon parties or the evening parties, but they are not out. And they not meeting people, and they are not talking to anybody. And when you go out with your girls, the guys are sitting at a table talking to themselves and drinking themselves into oblivion. And the young ladies are hanging out and dancing, and they are having a great time, but nobody is talking to each other.
You gotta text them. You know, everybody text them.
Right. Everybody's in their phone at the dinner table. Nobody's talking. I have a rule with my girlfriend sometimes where whoever picks up their phone first has to pay the bill.
Oh, I like that.
So that makes them be present.
Right. Sometimes we do it. So I have two best friends in Long Island. Whoever touches their phone first, they got to pay the bill, because we're here to talk to each other. We got to put the phone away.
I like that. Yeah.
So dating has been difficult in 40. Although I am in relationship, it is still very difficult. I met my person online. Met my person online 5.5 years ago.
Wow. Well,
that is not something that happens. Most online dating people, you date them for a little bit of time, and then it's peace out, because they have on the non-name brand clothes. And that's when you find out that they were taking pictures with the expensive stuff on it, and you find out that they really don't have nothing. But dating in 40 is totally different than in the past.
So let me ask you a question. The reason why you went online is because you was having a hard time, finding someone in person?
I'm not.
Take your time and answer. That's 5 years ago.
So let's think about it. I'm not gonna brag, but I ain't ugly.
No. Okay.
And your type game is good. Your typing game was good.
And I'm thicker than a king size Snicker. So and I am educated.
Let's slow it down.
And I'm gonna bring it back for Sonya in a minute, because Sonya didn't get it. I'm gonna tag her in a second. I'm educated, and I have always worked in a good job, I should say.
Right.
What I was finding was, like we were talking about before, men who were pretending, and they were putting up this facade of, this is who I am, and then when you find out 6 months later, you're like, wait a minute, that's not what we talked about.
Presented to me.
You didn't present that to me. A lot of people were given their representative and not who they were.
So you don't think that you would have, run into that online, dating online?
Oh, I did.
I
did. I dated online for almost 6 years.
Wow. Until you found this
Until I found this person.
Okay.
I went through a couple. I got catfished twice.
Oh.
So I know. I have been through. I've been a couple.
6 years.
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm just doing the math.
I know.
Do the math. Do it. Calculate it. Count it.
6 years.
Yes.
And then to 5 years, right? You've been dating, so that's 11 years.
Give or take.
You've been doing online dating.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just
give
Okay.
or take.
So what type of questions do they? I don't know anything about online dating. So like, do they have a questionnaire or like do they have just a picture of a person?
It depends. Back in the days, Black Planet and all of those other
Black Planet.
Wow.
That's what it was. It was back in the days. It would just be a picture. It would be just like a little snippet of the person. They have gotten sophisticated now, where they are asking you personality questions. They are asking a host of items, things of what do you believe? They ask you a question. If somebody was walking down the street, and they were on fire, are you going to spit on them? Are you going to pour water? They ask different questions.
But when you was doing it,
When I was doing it originally, no.
you just asked the person in question.
No, you would
You just
match
hit
with
them-
somebody. You hit them up. Hey, what's up? What do you like? What do you like to do? I'm interested. Then you talk to them. Do you exchange numbers? After you exchange numbers, you talk for a little bit while longer. Then you meet them and you get catfish. Like I did twice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not cute.
So
Twice.
Okay. You want to hear another opinion?
Okay, Letitia. Well, tell us about yourself and how long you've been out there.
You say it like that?
Okay, Pop. Mind your business.
How long you been single? Not how long you been out there?
Well, she
She
is
ain't
out there.
out
That's
there?
why she's. Mind your
Okay,
business.
I'm sorry.
So over the
I'm
top.
sorry, honey. Go ahead, Letitia.
Well, it hasn't been that long. I have been dating one person over 2 years now.
Okay.
I tried the online, I believe it was Bubble, because my friends were doing it. You know, every season is different. You know, you go with the times. And so, like she said, they weren't clubs or they weren't day parties, night parties, afternoon parties to go to meet people. Yes, we are very much into our phones. We can't help but to be distracted by our phones. And that's why sometimes we can miss Mr. Right or Miss Right.
Okay.
It's hard. But it also is better than dating in my 20s or 30s because you know what you want now.
Oh. Okay.
As mature adults, you can sit down and say, listen, I want you for this or for that, and we'll come into agreement with it.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, at this point, we really shouldn't lie. Not saying they don't, but, you know, that makes it easier. And then you have different conflicts, how many children they may have,
I
their
was gonna
situation.
ask you about that.
Some of them are damaged because of past relationships, marriages. It's a number of different things. So it's good and it's bad.
How did you meet your guy?
Actually, we went to school together.
Oh, wow.
And during COVID, I was going to a drive-by graduation.
Oh, okay.
And so I was in the Bronx. I said, let me go see my old friends. And then he was at my old friend's house. And then he saw me. And then I got a call later on saying, he said he wants you to call him. And we came into each other's life at a time where I was looking for someone. He was looking for someone. I was married for a couple of years and was separated for like 5 years. So I think I had enough time. Allegedly, right? Enough time.
Love it.
You know, enough time to, you know, get over that relationship, do what I had to do with my children, you know. And I don't think we thought it was going to be this long because it was just, you know, we were like, okay, here and there we'll go out, we'll see each other, but it ended up, you know, working out. We're still very good friends, travel buddies now.
He have children?
He does.
Okay.
7. My kids are 26 and 13.
Wait, he has 7 children?
No, his daughter is 7.
Oh,
I can't.
Hello?
everybody froze. Like, what?
Wait a minute.
I was like, don't judge. I was like, don't. Because these two in here, they were about to. I was like, don't judge. Don't.
I seen the computer freeze up.
I'm like, there's people out there with 7 kids. Don't judge.
I didn't judge. I think 7 kids.
You just scared me.
I just,
And y'all travel?
I said-
Y'all got 7 kids.
You there, right?
In the car.
How do you budget, right? What kind of work does he do? Take
with these egg prices.
Okay. Okay.
Nowhere.
You better have a little chicken in the backyard. A little chicken coop back
So
there.
you got a 7-year-old. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay, so your kids are 26 and
13.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very
And
good.
he has a 7-year-old daughter.
Did you find it hard to date with children?
Yes. My children are 12 years apart, so I feel like they have the single child syndrome. My son, as we speak right now, is texting me like crazy because he wants to eat and he's hungry.
Miles, you still doing that?
And he sees my locations. He's like, when you're coming home, the store is gonna close.
No way.
But you have to, find time for your children,
Yeah.
find time, you also work, find time for yourself, and then find time for him.
Yeah.
As well as he has to find time for his daughter and things like that. In the beginning, it was just us. And then after a while, you say, okay, we're together. Our kids need to meet each other. And
yeah.
it makes it easier when we do dates with the children. So you're like,
course.
everybody is
Of course.
getting what they need
Right.
at that point.
Right.
But yes, it is hard because, it's, as mothers, we live a busy life.
Yeah. So you said you were single for 5 years prior to dating him?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yes. Prior to dating him. And I'm in a good space. I also
Very
feel
good.
like, I feel better than I did years ago in my 30s,
Yeah.
in my 40s.
Yeah.
Maybe because I can afford everything I want. I don't need anybody.
See, that's what
Exactly.
To provide it
I
for me.
understand that. Yes,
So-
yes.
So what he brings is something else that just enhances
Extra,
my joy.
exactly.
So
Yeah, something that was
Yeah.
missing.
yeah,
Yeah. I get that.
So, Anita, what are your challenges? We'll ask you too. Why not?
I was gonna ask AJ some more questions.
Sure.
Go ahead. That's AJ.
I'm ready. Let's go.
No,
Always asking
no.
Anita stuff.
Does your friend have children?
He does not.
He doesn't have children.
He does not.
Do you want children?
Yes, he does. Next question.
I do.
Okay.
I know she wants children. I'm gonna ask her that. She wants children.
That was her question. She can
I
answer
answer for AJ. I answer for her.
I want to know from our podcasters what challenges do they find dating over 40, Anita and Sonia. Anita, you first.
My challenge is, well, I agree with AJ. The challenge is meeting people,
Yeah, where do you go?
And where do you go? So
Nowhere, child.
Yeah, you
I
don't want to
had-
go to the club.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah, who
right.
does that
I'm
anymore
past
anyway?
that stage
Yeah.
in life. But I have some girlfriends who do the online dating with the Facebook something, and they were like, "Oh, Anita, you need to join," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't think so," because I'm a little nervous with
And
that.
it's kind of put your business all out. Up front,
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm a little nervous with that. And then I'm watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, well, y'all have not made a love connection yet.
How long they been
Trial
doing
and
that?
error. Trial
They've
and
been
error.
doing this thing and they keep meeting different guys. And it's one guy this week, is another guy next week, a
Right.
month from now, somebody else. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not like, no, that ain't for me.
Right.
You know, so therefore, it is challenging. I don't go out too much anymore, you know, and where am I going?
Right.
You know, there's no extracurricular activities going on anymore, and it's just like I don't know where to go.
I think the best way to meet someone is someone that knows someone that knows someone. And, you get introduced or whatever, because really there's no place, that you can go.
Yeah. And
People like, oh, go to church and find yourself a good man.
no,
No
Wow.
Those doors are closed. No
Why do you say no like that?
no.
Explain where the nose come
Yeah.
from. Explain.
Been there, done that for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Been
What
there,
is-
done that, and
I've
not a good
never
enough
had a
answer.
desire
So-
to date a man.
I just
You made church a person just now.
no. For me, I've been there, done that.
From
You
her
know,
Been there, done that.
from my experience, I can only speak for Anita. I'm not speaking for the
No,
whole world.
but
I ain't even speaking for you, Pop.
No, but I just don't
about
understand.
that?
That's like a general no.
Yeah, because
You
that's
talking from
my
our
experience.
Okay, so Sonia, explain what is it about quote unquote church guys that you would not want to date That's over
Well,
40.
No, I don't want.
What do you mean
I don't want
there's
to
no
put
such
that
thing, Pop?
stigma on.
I'm
There's no
asking.
such thing as a church guy.
No, I'm
Okay,
asking.
in my experience, going to church and watching people get into relationships and watching the men, how they handle the women, I would prefer not to have to be in that environment to find anyone.
So where do you go where they handle women better?
Well, that was the question earlier. Where do you go?
No, but churches, that's not true. There are some people that have met women in church
Pop.
and have treated.
Pop, we're not
Hey,
saying
Pop,
that's
that's-
not
you
No,
didn't
you
say
said- no,
that's
you just said-
absolute.
No,
I said
like, that's
no
all. Like,
for
church
my
is a
experience.
person.
Our experience.
I said it for
That's
my
it. That's
experience.
all we
I'm
can
not
say.
speaking for everybody. He asked Anita.
I'm just asking.
No, he asked everyone.
No, he asked Anita.
I'm asking for
And
clarity. I'm asking for clarity as to why. Like, what is it? Because the whole
I don't
point.
want to put that stigma on church
Okay, so-
guys who go to church.
Okay.
No kind of did it.
Okay.
But
There's
that's
no
from our
kind of put the
experience,
stigma.
Pop.
So
that
let
means
me-
you want to clear it up.
So let me bring it all the way back. Okay, so my question
just did.
is this. So for women over 40 or men over 40 or dating over 40, I'm going to ask the women first and then Pop, we can try to answer. Well, you're married, I can answer. My question to you, Anita, is what type of guy is off limits? But let's kind of brief version, like
Okay,
what's off
okay.
limits and what are you looking for? And then I just want to kind of go around the room.
What's off limits? What's off limits? Shut up, Poppy.
No, I like silence. I like silence.
Well, then be quiet if you like silence.
I'm just embracing it.
We'll come back to Anita.
Thank you. Thank you.
AJ, what's like acceptable? What's not acceptable? You know, what's what's off limits? Like as far as dating,
For AJ or in general?
just for you
For
first.
AJ, someone with more than one baby mother
That's off limits.
is off limits for me. I've done it, but at this age and this stage in my life, you got more than one baby mother. That's
It's too much.
it's a lot.
It's a lot of drama.
Too much drama.
It's too much drama.
It
And
can
it
be.
depends,
It's
on,
everybody's
it depends
like
on the
that.
relationship you have with your child's mother, but my experience has been not
AJ's
so
experience,
nice.
right? You're not talking about
With-
everybody
right.
in the world.
So for me, off limits would be more than one baby mother.
We're trying to speak to everybody in the world, though.
We are.
But oh yeah.
Yes, but the question
So
was.
I'm trying to make it.
But if
I'm
it
trying to
works
make the
for you, it
answer
works for
more.
you.
I'm trying to make the answer broad because that
But
no.
I can't
I
make
don't
my
think you
personal
can give that
experience
a
broad.
answer.
Right.
Because
Now
what
you
works
want a
for
broad
me
answer?
May
One
not
at a
work
time,
for
one at a
her.
time.
What works for Sonia may not work for me. What
But
Sonia
one thing
may
y'all
like.
all agreed on. When they said church, y'all all agreed.
No,
But
that it
Anita
all
and
worked
I.
for you.
No,
said
AJ
no.
tagged in too. I tagged in.
Oh, I didn't hear you
I
tag
said
in.
no, and she did.
You did
Said
too.
yes.
So,
Yes.
but we have all had
But it's our
experiences
experience.
in that area,
If you
and it's a no for me.
So you want us to say, oh yeah, I think it's a great thing when our experience does not dictate that? That doesn't make any sense.
I think we're just trying to get clarity.
Okay,
as
so let
to
me
why.
just make it clear. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Clarity to make as to why what.
Why a particular person. That's why I'm asking each of you, why is that quote unquote church guy initially drew a response of no?
I
We're
guess
just
because
one-
they've been given a stigma of church men are a certain way, and most women do not want to do that.
But that's what we're trying to, for the listener who has no idea, because we have someone here that literally know nothing about that. Explain what that stigma would be. And if you choose not to answer because you don't want to offend, that's fine. We're just trying to get an idea.
Okay, so I'll say this.
Okay.
I won't say that I will never date anyone that goes to church because church is important to me. I do go to church. I do. What you laughing at?
no.
I go to church, and church is important to me. My father was a pastor. All I know all my life has been church. And I've learned that God and church is important to me, but most importantly is God. So therefore, just because you go to church does not make you a person of God. It doesn't mean you have a relationship with God. And so therefore, I'm not going to say I would never date another guy out of church, but I would have to see the evidence that God is present in your life, and God is as important to you as he is to me, because at the end of the day, it's not the church itself. You know, sometimes the people in the church give church a bad stigma, and I'm not trying to do that. You know, it's not the church, it's some of the people that are in the church. You know, so therefore, I'm not going to say I would never date a guy that's in church, because church is important to me. I go to church. I want the person that I deal with. If he's not someone that goes every Sunday, that's okay. You know, but I need to know that you are God-fearing and you do have a relationship with God.
Okay. AJ, so do you agree with that, is what Anita said? Or do you have your own particular experience or know somebody who's experienced dating in that particular culture?
I have never had a desire to date someone that was already in the church. Anyone that I have dated, I have invited them into my church space. I have said, I'm going to church. You are welcome to come and join me. But I have never dated someone inside the church, per se. They were not a church member when I met them.
I understand.
They were somebody who came with me. The person I date now is God-fearing, but does not attend church at all because of their own experiences, and it doesn't bother me. It's not. I don't care.
It's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker for me. I'm not. It doesn't matter to me if you go, but you're not gonna stop me from going.
Right.
So my next question would be then, what else is a deal breaker? Like, if somebody likes sports on Sundays and not attentive to, like, what else is deal breakers? Because remember, we're talking about dating over 40. So you have men listening and women listening trying to identify what the problem is. So that's why I'm going around and asking, like, what deal breakers are and stuff like that. So what else, in your opinion, is a deal breaker? Help somebody out there who's over 40 trying to date you.
Dishonesty.
Yeah.
Lying, straight lying.
Manipulated.
So my question is, moving around the room. So, what's a deal breaker for you?
I think it depends. I think before I'd be like, if they don't drive, if they don't have this and they don't have that, material things. But if they make me happy, there's certain things that I feel like we can all work on, because a lot of things are workable, and I would go with the just being respectful, not lying, how they treat if they have, most of them do have children, how they treat their baby mother, even though they may not like them. You still chose to have children with that person, so you have to deal with that person for the rest of your life, because so maybe the way that they treat their exes, because they have children with them, to see how family oriented they are, because I come with a family, so maybe that's a big deal breaker for me. Respect, because I think I was disrespected in the past, and sometimes I had to look at the way they were brought up and how they treated certain people, and I should have realized that that's going to be me one day.
Sonia?
Deal breakers is if I meet somebody and they don't enjoy life, they don't like to go out, they don't like to travel, they don't like to experience different things, that's a deal breaker for me, because I'm not sitting home with you. you know, and growing old with you. I need somebody who's going to have that energy to want to get out. You know, and I'm not talking about clubbing and all that. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got the energy. Yeah, where is it? I don't even know if they still exist.
Right.
But you know, let's go to let's travel. Let's take weekend trips. Let's go hiking. Let's take, you know, do something, you know, take a cooking class together, you know, something interesting. Just not like, you know, nah, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to sit here with the remote. That is certainly a deal
Someone who
breaker.
just wants to be with you.
Right.
Yeah, and enjoy life
Enjoy
with you.
life and
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
You know what's a deal breaker for me, I think? Someone who is at my age. Because, you know, I prefer someone younger. But,
Go ahead.
How much younger, Anita?
I do.
That one over his head.
I do prefer someone
It
younger.
ain't going
But
right.
I don't want anybody who's not established and
Right.
still trying to find themselves.
Yeah.
I
Chasing a
can't.
dream.
Yeah, I can't do that. I need someone who's established because at my stage in life, like I'm almost at retirement, almost.
No, you're not there.
I don't have the age for it, but I'm almost there. And
Mentally, you're there.
yeah, and you know, physically too, I'm almost there. But you know, I need someone established and just ready to enjoy life. I don't want a lot of drama. I don't want a lot of rah-rah.
Yeah.
I have a question for Pop. Do you think that women these days are asking for too much? And
Yes,
do you,
Pop.
and
Yes.
do you,
Come on,
and,
Pop.
and
Come
do
on,
you
Pop.
think
Come
and do
on.
you think that
I'm gonna do it.
Don't disappoint us, Pop. Come on.
and do you think that their expectations are realistic? So, according to a quick sum of what they said,
Don't disappoint us, Pop. Come
gotta
on.
be respectful, gotta have looks, gotta be like a lot of different prerequisites, gotta have a car. Like, what's your thoughts, Pop, on this?
I don't even know where to begin.
He got so much to say, people. Listen.
I just think that some of those things you want, but I think a lot of you don't know what you want.
After
I
40?
think after 40, you might know what you want, and you might know what you want. I feel that you might know what you want now because you're in a relationship and everything is going well. But if it goes bad, then you'll be like, that's exactly what I don't want. Yes.
Pick me.
Pick you what?
Tag me in.
No. Let me. What? Go ahead, say
Tag
it.
me in. It's not. You know what you want, not because of that she's happy. She knew what she want because she was in something that didn't work before.
Right. It's a whole bunch of. It could be a whole bunch of ways to skin a cat.
Okay.
Just because it could be this relationship might not work out for you, but you will be able to find somebody else, and then you'll say everything that person is. You'll say, that's what I want. As soon as you get with it, because you really don't know what you want. My thing with women dating is this. This is just my theory. I'm gonna speak for myself, okay?
That's the only person.
That's the only
Thank
person
you,
did.
because y'all always speaking for yourself.
Yeah.
Not speaking for everybody else that's listening. You
That's
speaking
right.
for yourself.
That's it.
I feel that when a woman meets a man, she tells him too much of what
That's
she
true.
wants.
That's true.
And that joker
He becomes
pretends
that.
to be that.
That's
right.
And how long can he pretend? Sometimes it's 2 years, sometimes it's 3 years. Until you figure out,
3 days.
sometimes it's 3 days. He's not a good actor. But a good actor, like she say, mature, over 40, yeah, they didn't play this game. So I don't even want to tell that story. But women
Say it.
Say it,
down
Bob.
and they'll go, I like this, I want to travel, I want to do this, I need a man to do this, I need a man, I gotta see how you treat your ex, blah, 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 blah. Say all of that. And then that guy goes, okay. He pretends to be that. He see you got something going for yourself. He pretends to be that. He pretends to be the best guy. Until the real him comes out. And then guess what? You slide him to the side and that's exactly what you don't want.
Yeah, but no, I disagree with that. You said what you want. He pretended to be that.
Won't you let him figure out what he wants?
At some point.
What you want.
Could I finish, please?
Yeah, you can finish, please.
Thank you. Okay, so I meet you. I tell you in conversation, what is it that I'm looking for? right?
Uh-huh.
You decide you're gonna pretend to be that.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
You can't keep it up. That doesn't say that I don't know what I want.
Right.
You just
And
you
it's-
just fronted.
Okay.
So now be gone.
Okay.
And I'll find someone who's gonna be true to what
Right.
I want. So it's
Can I
not
ask you
because
this
I
one
didn't
question?
know what I wanted.
This is the whole thing that's so funny.
What is it?
Did you ever ask him what he wants?
No.
Did you ever
but
ask
no,
him what
but
he?
wait a minute.
Let me finish. When y'all talk to a guy, it's all about what I listen to y'all talk. Y'all all
Pop,
said
I said
what
when we're
I-
in conversation.
Yeah,
I said
now-
it could be a conversation and we're talking, we're getting to know
Okay.
each other, right?
And y'all
We're
all-
getting to know each other.
Conversation and communication is two different things.
Well, it depends on how you receive it. We're in conversation. If you're communicating or not, you're not listening.
I like to make a comment. I think, and this is a great topic because it's a little testy, it's fiery. I like it. But I notice whenever there's a nerve hit with the women at the table, with the exception of you, y'all all cut him off. Y'all all jumping. Y'all all do. Y'all, the three of you
And
have done
I
it.
like that
with the
because-
exception of you.
Because she don't know yet.
Because
That's
No,
it.
but
just because she doesn't
That's
know me.
it.
so
But one thing I do know more about than everybody at
Is
this
to be a
table
man.
is about a
That's
man.
why I want to hear
That's
his
what I
perspective.
know.
Yeah.
That's what I know. I talk to from all ages, from 18 and up. I watch the game grow. I watch them get cheated on and watch them become dogs. And y'all wonder why they became dogs? Because they had their first love. And then that first love that they had
Facts.
cheated on them. And now they picked up a little suitcase
Yep.
that's full of clothes now, and now they at 40 still playing that 18-year-old, 16-year-old game because somebody hurt them. And the only thing you call them is a dog, but it's just because they lost respect for you. You sit down at a table, and a woman just tells you everything she loves. Oh, I want to do this. I want children. And I never turn around and say,
But
hey,
you don't
dude,
know that, Pop.
I don't know that.
You-
I've been on the other
that's your
side of the
experience.
table.
Okay,
So I
here
do
we
know
go with
that.
your experience, though.
Say again?
That's your experience.
No, I don't know my experience.
he said.
I can tell you that's
he
his
said-
experience.
he
I've
said-
talked
he
to
spoke
men
to
from
different
18
men.
to my age.
He-
They'll tell you. They'll just sit there and let you talk. Then you say, you know what you'll say? Yo, this guy does not listen when I talk to him. You know why? Because the only thing you talk about is you.
Not necessarily true.
Not necessarily true,
No.
but guess what?
75%, maybe
No.
75% of the time.
Not necessarily
But
true.
in a relationship, it takes two people. So
Right.
I can't be happy by myself.
Yeah.
If
Right.
I'm happy and he's not getting anything out of it, then it's not going to work.
But he wants you.
Right,
But
but
he's not-
it's only temporary that you can please me and not like what I'm doing. You're not going to
Right.
be able wanting to do it too
He
long. Like
think
it's
it's a
always
he think
about
it's a
her.
work.
Right.
He think it's a work. We've been taught to please the lady. That's what we've been taught. Please the lady. So right now he's putting himself to the side, but after a while it becomes frustrating for him, and then he wanders.
We are going to pick this up with part 2 because we're going to open up the next episode with Pop because you are definitely on to something and we are going over time. Trust me. Tune into the next episode, Dating Over 40 Part 2. I'm not going to give y'all the email or the Instagram. You're just going to have to listen to the next episode to get all that. Talk to you soon.